time with Snuggly Apps. Today, I have a really fun book that I'm going to read for you. The name of the book is Peter the Picky Polar Bear by Kieshia Chun, illustrated by Watkins. Are you ready? So let's get started. Peter the Picky Polar Bear. Peter was a polar bear. He looked like all the other polar bears. He smelled like all the other polar bears, but he didn't act like all the other polar bears. Peter was picky. He didn't like fish. What kind of polar bear does not like fish? A Peter kind of polar bear. That's what kind. Peter's mummy had tried to get him to eat his fish. "Here's your fish, Peter. Eat it all up. Otherwise, you'll have no energy to play," she'd tell him. "I don't like fish," he replied. "What kind of polar bear does not like fish?" Peter's mummy asked. "A Peter kind of polar bear. That's what kind," he answered. Peter's daddy had tried to get him to eat his fish. "Eat your fish, Peter. It'll make you big and strong." "I don't like fish," he replied. "What kind of polar bear does not like fish?" Peter's daddy asked. "A Peter kind of polar bear, that's what kind," he answered. The dinner lady at school, Mrs. Polar Bear, had tried to get Peter to eat his fish. "Eat your fish, Peter. It'll help you to concentrate," she'd tell him. "I don't like fish," he replied. "What kind of polar bear does not like fish?" Mrs. Polar Bear asked. "A Peter kind of polar bear, that's what kind," he answered. Peter was starting to get hungry. It had been a whole day and he had not eaten a single thing. He dragged his giant-sized heavy paws through the deep white snow, and then, feeling rather sorry for himself, he came across his friend, Percy the penguin. "What's wrong, Peter?" asked Percy inquisitively. "I'm so hungry," Peter complained. "I haven't eaten a thing all day." "Why didn't you eat your fish?" Percy asked. "I don't like fish," he replied. "What kind of polar bear does not like fish?" Percy exclaimed. "A Peter kind of polar bear, that's what kind," Peter answered. "But have you ever even tried it?" Percy asked. "Well, no, but I've seen it and I've already decided that I don't like it," Peter told him, rather sure of his answer. "How do you know if you haven't tried it?" Percy pried curiously. Peter paused and thought about it for a second or two. He really hadn't ever tried fish, so how would he know if he didn't try it? It couldn't hurt to try a teeny tiny little piece of fish, could it? "Okay," Peter agreed. "I'll try it." Hesitantly, Peter held the fresh fish up to his face. First he smelt it, then he prodded it. Then he closed his eyes, took a deep breath, opened his big polar bear mouth, and took a tiny bite. After a few chews, Peter slowly opened his eyes and broke into a smile. "I like it!" he exclaimed, eating the rest of the fish so fast that he barely had time to chew it before swallowing. Mummy Bear, Daddy Bear, Mrs. Polar Bear, and Percy were all so pleased that they jumped for joy. From that day on, Peter the polar bear never again said that he didn't like something until he tried it first. Peter was now most definitely the kind of polar bear who liked fish. The end. Did you like that story? That was such a fun story, wasn't it? This book teaches us that it's okay to not want to eat everything, but what is important is to be open to trying new foods with different tastes and textures, just like our friend Peter in this book. I hope you enjoyed our story time today. See you later, my friends, with another story real soon. Grab your copy on the link below and do share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram under Snuggly Apps. All links can be found in the video description below. See you later, my friends, with another story time real soon.